wrist strength, more advanced wrist strengthening techniques. And we're going to start today on false grips. False grip is absolutely essential to gymnastics and calisthenics skills. It shortens the distance between the grip and the elbow, but it also significantly strengthens this joint and prevents that buckling. Okay, it's also going to strengthen you here quite nicely. It does help, however, to have a bit of chalk. Calcium bicarbonate, the best stuff in the world. Okay, don't inhale though. Okay, when I do this, I'm going to be hanging off the bar, not in my fingers here, but rather off my wrist here, forcing me to do that. So think of this as a fingerless hang. Okay, first off, I've got to get up to something. Then I'm going to put my wrist over the bar and hang on. And it's just a time activity, just simply hanging on. See how I'm flexing the forearm there? Okay, so that's one way you can do it off a bar, although my personal favorite is actually from rings. So let's go over to some rings. So again, just to reiterate, rather than hanging from the bar here, I want to have my hand there, okay? Thumb round or thumbless. If you're actually using this in gymnastics, you'll go for a thumb, of course. So I've pushed the heel of the hand up, and I'm just going to hang. Ideally with a completely straight arm, slightly bent arm, all that sort of stuff. Twisting out, twisting in, maintaining that folded grip, okay? From there, we can move along to hangboard activities. And we happen to have one here at Aspire Fitness, and it's just over this way. Megan was nice enough to make us one of these. Now this is a hangboard. It's got various different width slots at various different depths, so you can put varying amounts of your fingers in there. So for example, this one is really just that deep on me, but I can fit most of my fingers in there. When you are hanging off a hangboard, try and get the thumb to connect, see? And actively pull the shoulders down as you hang. This is, to be fair, more of a finger strengthening thing, but that's still going to refer through into the forearm crossing the bridge of the wrist. If I was to take this one, it's a little deeper, I can get more of my hand in there, it's a bit easier, okay? This one, not as wide, can't get as many fingers in, try different varieties of grips. The very top is actually a slope, and I just hang on for time, okay? You can even do pull-ups here. Cool. Another rock climbing idea, which is again fabulous for wrist, forearm grip strength, is the triangles. Really complicated piece of kit, eh? We've got these little plywood triangles, and of course I can have a fat grip, I can fold one out, make it a bit thinner again, okay? The idea is, again, you hang off these. To be fair, you want to have the pinch grip as opposed to going around the corners. So it's just that pure squeeze. You with me? Lean back, grab on. Of course, you can do some body weight rows there if you like, rotating all over the show, really working on that grip strength, okay? And now for the true magic. Coming on down to floor level. When I'm up here, my wrist is at pretty much a 90-degree angle. When I'm doing this, I'm not just putting the weight just straight on my wrist. I'm actually trying to put it through the middle of my hand underneath here. And I'm also gripping the ground. That doesn't mean I'm letting my fingers curl. I'm trying to keep all my skin on the ground, but I am gripping the ground. Okay? Hands under the shoulders, moving further and further forward. As my shoulders go forward, I'm increasing the wrist angle, trying to keep everything strong. Of course, you want to be nasty about it, you start doing press-ups. So that's one way. Then you can turn your hand around and go back this way. And again, actively using the fingers into the floor, bringing your body weight backwards. If that's a bit too tough, just put your knees down. The further back you go, the tougher it gets. You can also have your hands reasonably close and fingers pointing out, shifting your weight from side to side, forward and back, pushing on the thumbs a little bit, back, pushing on the little finger a bit. And then you get into the really interesting stuff of putting your hand down, trying to extend your fingers into the floor. Not as strong in this direction, so you won't need as much weight. Probably not on my toes. Straightening up like this, pulling back, twisting the elbows, just exploring and strengthening all of those angles. And one of our other favorites is placing the hand down flat with as much weight on there as you need, whether you're on your knees, in a box, or on your toes, but actively pushing into the fingers. Push in the fingers, make a fist, come up, then extend the fingers and put the weight on slowly as you go down again. Up, like that, make a good fist. Extend those fingers, come down. And then my most personal favorite is what we call first knuckle walks. I'm gonna come up, up, and down slow, putting the brakes on. Up, up, and down slow, putting the brakes on. That's really going to strengthen up these areas very deliberately, very quickly, okay? I advise not going too much too soon. You're not going to come into the gym and spend an hour just strengthening your wrists. Pick one or two of these things and add that in a little bit, then add in a bit more the week after. But before long, you're going to have bulletproof wrists. If you have any questions, of course, you can ask myself or any of my friendly staff. We are here to help. We all know how to have strong wrists.